please welcome to the stage Chairman and CEO of Robinhood, Vlad Tenev.
All right. Wow, look at that crowd. I want to welcome you all to the first ever Hood Summit. Before we get going, I really wanted to send our thoughts to everyone impacted by the hurricane. We are in Florida, and we're happy that all of you were able to get here safely. And thank you all for coming. So this is an important moment for us because this is the first and biggest event we've ever held for traders. And traders are really at the heart of what we do. It's no exaggeration to say that our first product changed the trading world. And hopefully today you're going to see that this was just the beginning. So, who here uses Robinhood to trade? All right, we invited the right people. It is a Robinhood event after all. Now here's a tougher question. Who here is dissatisfied with the Robinhood experience and thinks it could be way better? Okay, a few people. Thank you for your honesty. Okay, I actually agree with you. And I think it's about time Robinhood levels up in one important area. So, in our gold keynote back in March, I began by showing some quotes praising Robinhood for all the things that we've been doing well. So I wanted to try something a little different today. Let's look at some quotes about things Robinhood's been doing poorly, okay? There are some of those on the internet. Here's one from Investopedia. Robinhood's limitations are a recurring challenge for advanced traders. We've got a Reddit one too. If you are insisting on using Robinhood, your options are incredibly limited. Some of the best and most common strategies are used on futures and indices, which you can't trade on Robinhood. Dang. Okay, so I won't go through all of these. Well, maybe just one more. Let's see, Timothy Truman on X. LOL, you use Robinhood charts to track prices? They have some of the worst charts out there. Tell me you know nothing about trading without telling me you know nothing about trading. So it might be a little harsh, but I think the critics have a point, and I think you'll see that today's announcements will change all of that. So because this keynote, it's really the culmination of 2 years of work and a change in our thinking. You see, in 2022, we discovered we had a little bit of a problem. While we were really great at helping new investors get started, a lot of our new investors became active traders. They became a little bit more sophisticated. And the more often someone was trading on Robinhood, the less happy they were with our platform. So our most active traders, who should be our most loyal users, began looking for alternatives. They wanted more advanced tools, better charting, more assets. But they soon discovered that none of the alternatives really met their needs either. They loved using Robinhood. They loved the ease of use. They loved the pricing. Maybe some of you resonate with that. And they just wished we would meet their needs. So 2 years ago, we changed our focus. We mobilized our company and put our most hardcore people to the task of making Robinhood the best, most innovative platform for active traders on the market today. So we've already been making some significant strides. Hopefully you've noticed some of them. And before we get to the new stuff, we've got some big announcements. I wanted to recap some of the things we've already delivered this year for active traders. So the first thing, our margin rates. Earlier this year, we reduced our margin rates to the lowest among leading brokerages. Any margin traders? Yeah, this was a popular change. We weren't super competitive before, now we're industry leading. We've also massively upgraded the trading experience at Robinhood, including the addition of a new tool called Options Simulated Returns. Now this tool, if you're an options trader, you probably already know about. Almost 1 million of our options traders have used this feature to find a proper exit point for their trades. Third, and this starts next week, you'll be able to monitor your realized profit and loss, realized P&L directly in the Robinhood app. Simple but popular feature, so you can see how you're performing on every single trade. This was highly requested, and it's also the first step towards full tax lot management in the app, which is also coming later this year. I know we have a lot of tax lot management fans, so we've been working hard on that one. Okay, one more thing. A lot of our traders have grown up. Many of you have families, and you'd like to share your finances with them. So we added joint investing accounts. And now, when we talk to a lot of our traders, some of them wanted their partners to be able to keep tabs on their trading. Some of our traders did not want that. So it's optional, okay? All right, and finally, and even more importantly, we realized something was broken in the industry, something that dated back to 1887. That was the year the New York Stock Exchange first created fixed trading hours. They were open from 10 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. And ever since then, it's been pretty much the same for over 130 years. So last year, we became the first US retail brokerage to offer 24-hour trading of single name stocks. You can now, have you guys used that? You can now trade more than 1,000 symbols on Robinhood 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. And clearly our customers are loving it. Since we launched last year, over 30 billion in volume has been executed in just the overnight session. Okay, now let's move on to the new stuff. So today, I'm excited to announce not just the addition of one, but two of the most in-demand trading products to Robinhood. The first one is index options. So we're launching index options. So you guys probably know about them. Index options are one of the most actively traded derivatives in the market right now. And when we talk to some of our more experienced users, they ask for them because, unlike individual options, index options allow you to track the performance of an entire market or sector. So they're a really great way to track and take advantage of broad market movements around the clock. Also, because they're cash settled, you can hold them to the close without worrying about things like position sellouts. So index options, they're rolling out in the coming months with the two things you've come to expect from us: great UX and some of the lowest pricing among leading brokerages. Plus, extended trading hours will come to index options next year as well. And now, the other major asset class. The other major asset class is something that our core users have been asking for a long time. Maybe you can guess what it is. There's a little bit of a hint behind me. Yes, futures are coming to Robinhood. All right, so we're going to show them to you, but before, I want to talk a little bit about how we built this. So since we launched 24-hour market last year, we've really built the capability of operating a 24-hour trading system. And this really informed how we designed the product. Futures trade around the clock as well, and we built a brand new interface designed specifically for this asset class. So the asset class responds very quickly to news and events in real time. We're excited to show it to you. So behind me is the Robinhood ladder. And I think you'll see that it works very well, maybe a bit too well. Ever since we've been testing it internally, we've noticed this interesting phenomenon where some of the advanced traders in our company have been trading during meetings and not paying much attention. So I'd like to introduce the biggest culprit, our Chief Brokerage Officer, Steve Quirk, and the lead on this project, Grace Chi, and they're going to show you how the ladder works.
Well, thanks, Vlad.
Hey,
And by
guys.
the way, this is quite a energetic crowd. Welcome and thank you for coming. So I'm going to openly admit I am very passionate about the market. We have quite a few people here that are very passionate about it. And when we're building something and we can see the benefits that are going to come to retail traders, we get excited. So yes, am I the leader in the clubhouse on alpha testing, beta testing, all levels of testing? Yes. But we think you're really going to like what you're going to see here. So before Grace and I get started, this is going to be an audience participation session. We got a nice, energetic audience, so let's put this to work. I'm going to ask a question, and by the way, everybody know that we have an election coming up? Yeah? We're all cognizant of that? Yeah, I think it's hard to avoid being aware of that. Here's my question. In the 2016 election, was there anybody active in the market, either actively investing, trading, or just monitoring the market as that election was Yes, okay. So we have quite a few people, but I also see some people who don't look voting age at that point in time. So I'm going to give you a reminder of what happened that evening. As the results started to trickle in, the market was reacting pretty poorly. And then it started reacting even more poorly, and we actually hit some limits, so they were halting the market because it was dropping so quickly. And that happened throughout the evening. At one point, we were down almost 6% in the broad-based market. But by the time we opened the next morning, we were up 1%. So everybody in here I watched your hands go up when Vlad asked if you're Robinhood users, so you're all investors and traders. A 7% move in a month, in a quarter, in a year, decent. In a 12-hour session, it's pretty remarkable, right? There was only one asset class trading during that evening. It was futures. And so you could take advantage of that, or you could hedge a portfolio, you could be opportunistic with one asset class. And that's what we're delivering to you today, so that you can take advantage of market-moving news 24/5. So with that, Grace and I are going to walk you through what's rolling out today.
Perfect, thanks Q. So really excited to show you guys how the futures experience was brought into the Robinhood app. So this is really your starting point, and you'll see that at launch, we'll have 36 diverse products across stock indices, crypto, energy, metals, and currency.
I told you this is... You should expect to see more rolling out over time as well. But this is a very good starting point. You have pretty much everything covered. I told you this is going to be an audience participation session. We're going to, guess what? Futures are trading right now. So we're going to actually show you how this works. But I need a volunteer to help me decide what we're going to trade. Yes? Okay, I'm pointing over there. S&P. The S&P, okay.
Sounds good. S&P, let's trade the SPOOs. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the chart, and okay, it's gone up and it came back down a little bit today. And Q, normally I go to you for trading advice, but you haven't been doing too hot recently.
Grace, do you really have to be telling everybody? She's been watching all my trading, and now you all know how well I've been doing. Thanks for exposing that in front of 300,000 of our best friends.
Got to be honest sometimes. So I'm going to go back to the audience member that I can't really see. Given everything that's happening in the market right now, are you feeling bullish or bearish about the S&P?
What was your name? Sorry. Shri.
Shri, are you feeling bullish or bearish? Bearish now. All right, let's do it.
Was it something we said?
I don't know. Well, since everyone here uses Robinhood, you already know how to trade, but I'm excited to show you a brand new way to trade via the trading ladder. So before I get that popped up on the screen, this is going to be the fastest way for you to understand where the market's trading at right now and for you to decide whether you want to take an action. This tool actually started off as a tool built by the exchange for the institutional trader on the desktop, and in true Robinhood fashion, we have reimagined it for mobile for the retail trader. So I'm going to bring that right up. So here's a ladder, and you can see that the current price is moving around. You'll see the bids, you'll see the asks, and when I say this thing is fast, you can get into the market by just buying or selling with the buttons at the bottom. But knowing the folks here, you guys are, more advanced traders, and we know that typically folks have a price level they want to get in at. So since I'm feeling, you said bearish, I can get in at, let's say, a price that's a little lower than the market, since I think it might come down. I can tap on the price and tap buy. And your working order is in the market right now.
Do you notice she's buying even though you said bearish? She's very optimistic.
I have twisted that a little bit. But let's say I want to get a little bit more aggressive with price. I can change the price easily by just dragging, and dropping. And let's say we want to get this thing filled because they're going to get mad at me for taking too long. So I'm going to drag and drop it to the current price, and my order just filled. So let's say at this point, if I'm feeling good about this trade, I can easily take profit. And the best way to take profit is actually you can switch from this price level view to a P&L view. And let's say that you want to take profit at $10. I can do that easily by just tap and tap.
So I started by describing a situation where the market was moving rather quickly around the election. There are events that happen around the clock that move the market. And one of the things that's very important is, being able, if you're in a position or you're working some orders, being able to get out of those really quickly if you need to. And so can you walk us through that? Because I think it's an important piece of functionality.
Yeah, definitely. So there's two ways you can get out. The first is you can manually swipe your working orders off and you just canceled a working order. But let's say the market's really moving and you just want to get out. You can do that by the exit and cancel all button. And this one, Q, we actually built specifically for you, given how you've been trading.
Looks like we might be making money here, though. I don't know.
So unfortunately, that was a flat trade, but you could have made money.
So we want to thank you for taking this journey with us. We're going to have 3 more sessions over the course of the next 2 days with the people that built this offering and a couple industry professionals, futures industry professionals that'll talk to us about the asset class in general. But I want to conclude by saying, I've been trading for a very long time and used a lot of different offerings and apps, and I'm telling you, this is world class. And just the idea that we can deliver something so that you can all, in the palm of your hand, have access to the market, have a comprehensive understanding of what's happening around the clock, hedge risk, or take advantage of opportunities, it's pretty magical, and we look forward to hearing your feedback. Thank you.
Thank you.
Back to Vlad.
Thank you, Grace. Thanks, Q. What do you guys think of the ladder? I think you're really going to like it. We've enjoyed building it. It's very tactile, very intuitive. It's just you and the order book. And we're already planning to bring it to more assets that you can trade. So we're looking into getting it for stocks, options, and crypto trading as well. So rollout of futures. We're looking to roll out futures in the coming months, so you'll see that soon. And we're also working on a surprise for the rollout, so stay tuned to hear about that, perhaps as soon as in the next couple of weeks. Before we move on, let me cover pricing. So we cared about two things when we think about the pricing. One, we wanted to keep it industry leading. We also wanted it to be simple. So when we look at where the market is, our competitors charge anywhere from $150 to $225 per contract. And on top of this, they add mandatory market data subscription fees. So it can be quite complex and also a lot. So Robinhood pricing. For futures, it'll be just 50 cents a contract for our gold subscribers. And 75 cents for non-gold. So hopefully we've kept our promise there. Finally, if you're ready, I want to share a story with you today, a legend, if you will. Let's go back in time to 1980. The financial services world is dominated by ancient, slow-moving institutions like Merrill Lynch and Morgan Stanley. They guard the gates to the markets, allowing access only to the wealthy, charging commissions in the hundreds of dollars per trade. But meanwhile, in Palo Alto, California, a physicist named Bill Porter has just bought an Apple II computer and gets an idea. What if he could use it to trade stocks from his home? At a party, he meets a computer programmer named Bernie Newcomb, and together they create a company to pursue this idea. 3 years of hard work later, a dentist in Michigan turns on his computer, connects to the CompuServe network through dial-up, and makes the first electronic trade using Porter and Newcomb's software, which will one day become E-Trade. The electronic trading revolution has begun. Now, as the years pass, millions of people begin trading from their personal computers through upstarts like E-Trade, Thinkorswim, and Options Express. This movement of free independent traders sends the legacy financial companies into a tailspin. Threatened by the trading revolution, the gatekeepers reach for the only defense they have, their checkbooks. In a desperate plea to stay relevant in the changing financial order, they begin buying any company that offers electronic trading to retail consumers. The year is now 2024. The feeding frenzy is complete. Options Express has been gobbled up by Charles Schwab. Thinkorswim has been consumed by TD Ameritrade, which in turn is consumed by Charles Schwab. Even E-Trade has been bought up by Morgan Stanley. The innovators that created change have been fully absorbed into the institutions that resist change, and their customers merely turned into new leads for high-fee wealth management services. Tens of millions of independent traders watch in horror as their accounts are force migrated, their services diminish, the platforms they loved put on the back burner. After a battle of nearly half a century, all appears to be lost as independent traders find themselves trapped once more in the very system they were trying to escape by the very corporations that don't want them to exist. Who will stand in the way of the old guard dragging the world back into the dark ages of trading? I'm excited to introduce you today to Robinhood Legend, our new state-of-the-art desktop platform built from the ground up just for active traders. So, we're going to have a little fun with this in a sec. Okay, when we talked to our most passionate traders, they had a few things they cared a lot about, including speed, stability, customization. Now, they were also tired of paying outside services to get things like analysis, charts. They wanted the charts right where they traded for free. So we reimagined what an active trader platform on desktop would look like today if we built it with the latest technology and the best charts. And now, I'd like to introduce Abhishek Fatehpuria, our Senior Director of Product, one of the legends behind Robinhood Legend, and he's going to demo it for us.
All right.
How you doing?
Thanks, Vlad. And look at this crowd. This crowd's amazing. I'm really excited about Robinhood Legend, and I'm excited to give you a sneak peek today. So in the past, to use an advanced trading platform, you needed to really get trained on it. It would take hours to set up and weeks to get used to. So one of our goals with Robinhood Legend was to build an experience where you can log in, customize the trading platform you want, and get to your first trade in under a few minutes, all inside of a browser. No downloading required, no installing required. So I could show you how easy it is, but I've been using Robinhood Legend for months now, so you might not believe me. So we're going to try something a little bit different, and we actually have a special guest here, Vlad's dad, who has never seen Legend before yesterday, and he is going to help us with a demo. So come on up, Mr. Tenev.
All right. Hey. Hi. Hi, everyone.
You know those emails you guys got inviting you to come to this event? So my dad received one of these, and he calls me, and he said, hey, I got an email from Robinhood. Should I go to this thing?
That's true.
So
That's true.
sounds like you're a pretty active Robinhood user.
Well, I've been a long-standing customer, and I've been enjoying the ease and the intuitive features of the platform. So I hope to see something like that.
We're glad to have you as part of the community. So why don't we step up and look at Robinhood Legend. So we have an empty setup here, and we're just going to get started by building a layout. Why don't we start by adding a watch list?
All right.
Super easy, right? Let's keep going. Let's add a chart so that we can look at some prices.
All right.
And then let's maybe finish this layout out with recent orders and positions, maybe. There's a lot of trading activity in this account.
All right.
Cool, and we got a full layout, guys.
Okay.
All right. So before I let you go, I actually do want to place a trade. And it's extended hours right now, so we can trade. So why don't you pick a stock that we're going to place a trade for?
All right. How about this one? Okay, Caterpillar.
Have you already done some research on this stuff?
I know a little bit. I'm a believer in American infrastructure, which I hope something happens to.
We all love American infrastructure. So this is not a trade recommendation.
That's it, yes.
But we're going to go ahead and place a trade anyways. So why don't we go ahead and buy Caterpillar?
Okay.
I also love the ticker.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right, let's click here. All right.
And we've got a fill.
Something happened.
Let's do a round of applause. I think we got a fill.
Okay.
And then
Thank
we
you.
also, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Give a round of applause for Mr. Tenev, everyone. How do you do, Vlad?
Not bad, yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, we'll check in on the trade tomorrow. So why don't we talk about charts? So when we were building Robinhood Legend, charts were really important to us. One thing we learned really quickly when we were building this platform was that many of you, not only do you spend hours on charts, many of you pay hundreds of dollars on outside platforms for charts that aren't even on your brokerage. And we didn't think that was cool. So on Robinhood Legend, our goal was to build high-performance charting that gives you everything you need, all inside the trading platform at no additional cost. So let's dive in. I'm going to start by creating one of our templates, one of my favorite templates, called a chart spotlight. So we'll get a watch list and a chart so that we can look at a bigger chart. So the first thing I'm going to do is zoom out. Really cool animations.
Look at how fast that is.
And then let's add a few technical indicators from the menu up here. So we'll add a few simple moving averages. We'll add an RSI. Vlad, do you have any favorites?
Why don't you add the, show them the Ichimoku cloud?
Yeah,
That's my personal favorite.
I know that's your favorite. I don't know if there's any Ichimoku cloud users out there, but looks like we have one.
It's a It's a lesser known indicator.
Yeah. So next, we're going to go and find an entry point. And for the technicians out there on Reddit, please don't roast me if I do this wrong. But let's do it anyway. So I'm going to zoom into 1 week. I'm going to hide the Ichimoku clouds.
Oh, come on, Abhishek.
Yeah, I'm not as hardcore as you.
How are you going to find that entry point?
Yeah, let's go to Tesla. I've been watching Tesla. Cool stock. And then go back to a week. And then let's draw maybe a demand zone. About right here. Yeah, there we go. And then let's just extend it out. And then let's say we actually want to place a trade. So I don't have to go anywhere else. I can do it directly from the chart. So all I have to do is hit the plus button here, press buy limit, and our order's placed. Pretty cool. Super smooth.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Now let's try to get a fill. So I don't have to cancel this order, place a new order, and all that stuff. All I have to do is drag it above the current price, make it marketable, replace it, and we've got our share of Tesla. Pretty cool.
That was really great to see. So do you want to show them some of the 24-hour market functionality?
Yeah. I think Robinhood Legend works great on 24-hour market. What I like to do is go to tick charts, smooth out the candles. You can go down to 2 ticks on Robinhood. And one thing that I was doing last week was watching the Tesla event at night with Robinhood Legend on one side of my screen and the event on the other side of the screen. And it was really cool to see the markets react live to their product announcements. It's going up as they did the Cybercab demo. Then I went down a little bit when they brought out the RoboVan. But it's really cool to see in 24-hour market.
Cool. Well, I think you guys are going to love, there's 2 interfaces that allow you to trade directly from the market data now. The Robinhood Ladder on mobile, and now trading from the chart from Robinhood Legend.
And we think you all are really going to love it. So, some of you in the audience might have been wondering what was underneath the curtain over there when you were walking in. Well, I want to show you how Robinhood Legend works on more than just one monitor. Because we know as traders, we just want more space on the screen. So let's go and take a look.
Ooh.
And this is a 4-screen trading setup.
Look at that flare.
Yeah, great flare. So the first thing we're going to do is enter our very complex password, which is just enter. And we've got 4 monitors, all up together. And this is actually all off of one computer, so it's super cool. Let's take a look. I've got one screen here, looks pretty similar, all the way on the left, looks pretty similar to what we were just looking at, but then I've got an options chain on one. I've got 4 charts, all of the same stock on different time frames, and then I've just got 8 charts here of stocks that I've been keeping my eye on. So let's see how this works when they all work together. As you can see, this watch list, the chart, the chain, and these 4 charts are all linked together. So let's say I wanted to open a credit spread for Apple. All I have to do is hit Apple over here. We'll see the chain change. We'll see the 4 charts change all together. And then I can go over to the chain, select 2 contracts, just like a shopping cart, and hit submit. And the market's closed right now, so it's not going to fill. But it's pretty cool that it works with all 4. You might be wondering, what if I want even more monitors? So back at the office, we've actually tested this with up to 7 monitors. So we're really looking forward to seeing how you all set Robinhood Legend up. We were worried that the demo desk here would collapse if we added more monitors, so we couldn't do it for the demo. But speaking of a wall of monitors, one thing that was really important to us is, as traders, you stare at monitors all day, and it can get tiring to stare at it. So one thing that was really important to us was to make the Robinhood Legend experience feel inspiring to use. So to talk a little bit about how we did that, I want to introduce Courtney Hefferman, who led the design team on Robinhood Legend.
Thanks, Abhishek. Hi, everyone. You may have noticed that while Abhishek has been giving this demo, there's been this glow in the background. And you've seen this theme throughout the entire presentation, and you're probably wondering, what the heck is that? It's something we've been calling the aura, And it's not just the glow from Abhishek being really damn excited to use this thing. It's a virtual light source that helps you keep track of which market session you're in. You didn't see anything. And in case you were wondering, it's customizable too. So you can switch between the market session aura, which you just saw, or the one that tracks your account performance. What's really cool about this is that you don't have to constantly stare at your screen. You can walk away from your desk, and the sound and aura cues can keep you up to date. Maybe you're a little bit hungry. Maybe you just needed to make a sandwich. Later, when you start using Legend, you'll notice that we carried this theme through in other places, like when you're making a trade or linking your widgets. I'm excited for you all to try it out. And with that, I'll hand it back to Vlad to wrap us up.
Thanks, Courtney. Thank you to Abhishek as well. And we really think for many people, including those in this room, this will likely become the primary way you trade on Robinhood. And I think we've come a long way from an investing app on your phone all the way to a desktop platform for advanced traders. And you can probably see our new brand colors, Robinhood Neon and the red, integrated throughout the product. So the great thing about Legends, they never die, they grow with you. And this is really just the beginning of what Robinhood Legend can do. There's so much more coming. The team is already hard at work on what's next. Support for crypto, index options and futures, which you saw today. We'll also be adding news, screeners, more indicators and drawing tools, and much more. And of course, Legend is available free for our traders. So we'll be rolling Legend out over the next few weeks, starting right now. And I'm really excited for you to explore all the tools we've built and are continuing to build to match whatever your personal trading style may be. All right, so we've covered a lot today. Why don't we go back to some of those negative tweets from earlier. Look at that. Oh. We've addressed all of it. Okay, maybe not all of it, but that one's coming later this year. So a recap, here's what's new and what's coming for our active traders. Lowered margin rates to the lowest among leading brokerages, upgrading our options experience with, among other things, simulated returns, realized P&L with tax lot management coming later this year, index options, and of course futures with the Robinhood ladder, and finally Robinhood Legend, our new desktop platform built specifically for active traders. And while all of this might be exciting and takes care of some of the biggest requests we've been seeing, today's not just about announcing new products and features, it's about conveying our commitment to getting behind our most active traders, like many of you here today, continuing to give you the best, most powerfully built tools so that you would be at a disadvantage using any other platform. So for those of you here at our first Hood Summit, we'll be teaching you more about these new products and assets over the next few days. We'll also be giving everyone here at the summit early access to Legend. Now, we have some folks on the live stream as well. We haven't forgotten about you. You have the opportunity to get early access as well. So the first 1,000 people to visit robinhood.com/legend on your desktop or laptop and log into their Robinhood account will get access to Robinhood Legend right now, instantly. It's only for the live stream, don't worry. The folks here will get it anyway. Those of you who aren't in the lucky 1,000 will be at the top of the list as soon as we do the next rollout, which will be very soon. So this will be a fast rollout. Okay, one last announcement. So more and more people have been moving their trading activity to Robinhood, particularly this year. We wanted to do something extra special to commemorate this big step forward for trading. So if you're bringing over a brokerage account, we will add 1% to whatever you transfer. But that's not all. For account transfers with at least $10,000 in margin balance, we're bringing that up to 2%. And This one has been people's favorite. 3% on IRA transfers, so retirement account transfers for our gold members. Now this 1, 2, 3 bonus, completely uncapped. There's no limit to what you can bring over. And we're doing it for the entirety of Hood Week, which runs from now until October 27th. So we really want to thank you for letting us share with you all that we've been working on. And I'll be around for the rest of the summit. I'm looking forward to hearing what you're most excited about and also what you'd like to see from us next. Thank you all for coming to the first Hood Summit. We really hope you enjoy all these new products. Well, thank you. All right. I've never been asked to do an encore before at a product keynote, but here we go. There is one more thing.